Hey, good afternoon and welcome to the Utopian Cafe. Today is Monday, December 6th. This is the official kickoff of the off season for the Utopian Baseball Universe. Season 3 coming up, opening day, Friday, March 25th. Today is the day we officially kick off our off season. Today we're going to do a schedule reveal. I'll be posting everything we're talking about today within the group in the next few hours, but we're going to talk about the schedule. We've got some big signings, which we're actually going to kick off the show with right now. You notice I'm wearing a Brewers hat. So today, this is the day when any player not in the universe can sign with any team, and we've got some big names that we're going to reveal closer to the end of the show. But in breaking news, and I'm sorry I don't have any graphics today, but the Milwaukee Brewers have come to terms with Corey Hart and Don Money. They'll be joining the 40-man roster for the Brewers. We'll find out if they make the opening day squad, but Corey Hart and Don Money will be making their Utopian debuts for the Brewers. And the Pittsburgh Pirates have signed Pie Trainer, third baseman, and Paul Wainer to join an already very talented outfield in Pittsburgh that includes, of course, Roberto Clemente, Willie Stargell, Ralph Kiner, amongst some other names. So the Brewers and the Pirates from the North Division making a little bit of a splash this morning, adding to their rosters. And throughout the offseason, every day we're going to bring you new signings for each team. We'll feature a couple teams per day. And then later today, we have 4 major signings. I'll be, like I did last year for the Negro League roster reveals, I'll be donning the cap for each player that we introduce towards the end of the show. But let's start off. Let's talk about the schedule. So opening day is Friday, March 25th. That is, if the math serves me well, 109 days away. This year, the East is opening up at the West, and the North is opening at the South. We're going to have, on opening day, a quadruple header on ESPN. We're going to start with the Reds and Marlins. That's going to be Jose Rio versus Jose Fernandez to kick off our season. That's going to be our early game on ESPN. Reds at Marlins. Rio versus Jay Fez. Our 3 o'clock game on ESPN that day will be the Blue Jays and Padres. This is intriguing because both of these teams made it to the table. They were all both one series away from getting to the championship. Of course, we had a Reds-Braves rematch, but Blue Jays and Padres on opening day on ESPN. In prime time, the White Sox will travel to Atlanta, our 2-time defending champions. That's going to be our primetime game on ESPN on opening day. And then our late game will be the Washington Nationals, reigning MVP Bryce Harper at the San Francisco Giants. So we got Harper versus Mays on opening day, our late game on ESPN. Also on opening day, we will have a Xbox double header. Each holiday this year will feature a quadruple header on the holidays and a doubleheader Xbox on the same holidays. And our opening day doubleheader is going to be the Pirates at Royals on Xbox and the Yankees at Dodgers. It doesn't get any bigger than that. The rest of our opening day, we'll look at the entire slate right now. We've got the Red Sox opening at Colorado, Philadelphia against Arizona. That's going to be Steve Carlton versus Randy Johnson on opening day in the Utopian Baseball Universe. And then we've got the Expos at Mariners. In other East at West games, check this one out, folks. Mets at Angels. How about Tom Seaver versus Nolan Ryan on opening day? And the Orioles at the A's. In other north at south action, we've got the Guardians debuting their new garb and name in Tampa Bay. We've got Detroit at St. Louis. We've got the Cubs opening their season in Durham against the Bulls. The Twins versus the Rangers in Arlington. And these Milwaukee Brewers will open their season at the Houston Astros. That's going to be Teddy Higuera versus J.R. Richard on opening day. Now, let's take a look at the other holidays. First, we'll start with Memorial Day. We're going to have, again, a quadruple header on ESPN. We've got the Blue Jays at Orioles. We've got the Astros at Cardinals. The Pirates against the Twins. And then this will be an exciting one, the Giants at Mariners. So we've got Bonds versus Griffey late on Memorial Day. Our Xbox doubleheader on Memorial Day is going to be great for me, hopefully fun for you. Red Sox at Mets and the Tigers at Brewers. So that's going to be a fun one, Memorial Day. My two loves, the Brewers and Mets, both hosting Xbox games on Memorial Day. On Independence Day, our ESPN quadruple header will feature the Red Sox at Cardinals, Ted Williams versus Stan Musial. We've got the Tigers at Diamondbacks, the Yankees at the Rangers, and the Brewers at the Dodgers. And our 4th of July Xbox doubleheader will be the Phillies at Royals and the Reds visiting the Oakland A's. And finally, on Labor Day, quadruple header. These are all division games. We're going to have the Pirates at Reds, the Mets at the Expos, Mike Piazza versus Gary Carter, the Durham Bulls at Houston, and the San Diego Padres at the Angels. And what's unique about Labor Day this year, starting this year in the Utopian baseball universe, every team in the universe is playing a doubleheader on Labor Day. So we're going to have 32 games on Labor Day. And then each of those teams will either have probably the Monday the Tuesday or the Wednesday off that week, because they're all, that's just a lot of baseball. So they'll probably have the Tuesday or the Wednesday off, depending on how I map that. And then our doubleheader on Labor Day on Xbox is going to be Tampa Bay at St. Louis and Seattle at the Dodgers. In other special Xbox presentations, these are kind of one-off celebrations, if you will. On Jackie Robinson Day, we're going to have the Cincinnati Reds visiting the Dodgers on Xbox. That's going to be April 15th. Our Patriots Day game, this is going to be 10 a.m. Central on Monday, April 18th. Is going to be Tampa Bay at Boston. On Lou Gehrig Day, we're going to commemorate Lou Gehrig on June 2nd with Phillies and Yankees on Xbox. This year's Let's Play 2, which is our annual doubleheader hosted by the Cubs, we're going to actually play out both games on Xbox on June 10th, and that's going to be the Twins and Cubs this year in Let's Play 2. We're going to commemorate the last two World Series champions. On July 15th, the Rays will travel to the Dodgers. And on August 9th, it'll be Astros at Braves, commemorating the most recent World Series champion Atlanta Braves. Our Field of Dreams game this year is August 19th, and it's going to be the Cubs at Cardinals in Iowa. Cubs and Cardinals. And then in the home stretch to the playoffs, we're not announcing the teams yet. We'll announce those teams as we get closer. We're going to have on June 6th and 7th, September 6th and 7th, which is a Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to call these the Race to the Postseason. Special presentations, one game each day. And then September 12th, we're going to have a Monday doubleheader. We're going to actually have doubleheaders on the 12th, and 19th, Mondays. We're going to have special presentations on Tuesdays and Wednesdays on the 6th and 7th, the 13th and 14th, and the 20th and 21st. And then on the 23rd, which is the last Friday of the year, we're going to have a special Friday doubleheader. So those games will be announced probably within a week of actually going live. We want to make sure we're featuring teams that are within the playoff hunt for those games. Moving on with the schedule, this year we're debuting. So last year you'll notice, because I moved mid-season and I wasn't sure when I'd have internet and everything. So Xbox games went away for a while, and then I brought them back and I did them almost every day, and that was pretty exhausting. So we're going to brand all the Xbox this year. We're going to have specific times, or I should say specific days. I don't know if it'll be the same time every week, but this year we're going to do Xbox on Monday afternoons. Then we're going to have a Thursday doubleheader on Xbox, and then a late night Friday, and then Sunday morning. So no Xbox on Tuesdays or Wednesdays for the first 5 months of the season, and then none on Saturday. So we're going to debut this year Monday afternoon baseball. It's probably going to be about 3 o'clock every Monday, roughly. But we're going to kick off Monday afternoon baseball this year with the Orioles and Giants, and that's going to be Monday, March 28th. And again, I'm not going to go over every single game because we'd be here for 3 hours. But all of these files are going to be uploaded today, probably in the next 3 hours or so. So you can see every game. I mean, I'm literally every game, every series, every Monday night game, every ESPN game. But we're just going to feature some of the bigger games. So for Monday afternoon baseball, again, Orioles and Giants we're opening with. On April 25th, we're going to have the Tigers at Cubs, and that's going to be Hank Greenberg versus Sammy Sosa, our 2 RBI champions from our first 2 years. On June 27th, we're going to have the Mariners at Reds, Ichiro versus Pete Rose, Griffey versus Griffey. And then we're going to finish our season on Monday afternoon baseball with the Cardinals at Twins. Albert Pujols versus Buck Leonard should be fantastic. Since we do have a lot of Brewers and Mets fans here, we'll try to find those games too. May 23rd, Mets at White Sox. And then August 15th, Brewers at Guardians from Cleveland. Monday Night Baseball this year returns to ABC with Al Michaels and Tim McCarver. We're going to do something special actually this year to finish the season, and we'll talk about that here shortly. But we're going to kick off Monday Night Baseball on ABC this year with the Cincinnati Reds at the Tampa Bay Rays. And then on April 25th, we're going to have the Giants at Angels, Willie Mays versus Mike Trout. We're going to kick off the second half of the season with Braves and Nationals. So that's going to be Henry Aaron versus Bryce Harper, our 2 MVPs for our first 2 seasons. And then we're going to we always finish our ABC Monday night schedule in late August. So August 29th, we're going to have a doubleheader. And Howard Cosell and Bob Uecker are going to call the first game, and that's going to be the Angels at Red Sox from Fenway Park. And then Al Michaels and Tim McCarver will get the nightcap, and that's going to be Giants at Blue Jays to finish the year on Monday Night Baseball. Brewers will host the Mariners on April 18th. Mets at Yankees May 9th. Mets hosting the Reds on July 11th. Some of the other notable games on Monday Night Baseball. Tuesday nights will belong to ESPN with John Sciambi and Eduardo Perez. They're going to call the action on ESPN for Tuesday Night Baseball. We're going to kick off that slate with Mariners hosting the Blue Jays. And then on April 5th, our second game is going to be Braves at Brewers. Henry Aaron returning to Milwaukee. May 24th, Oakland at St. Louis. We're going to feature Jose Canseco versus Mark McGwire in that game. And then August 9th, the Reds at Tigers. Pete Rose versus Ty Cobb. Our last telecast on Tuesday Night Baseball this year will be the A's at Padres. The Brewers are going to host the Twins on June 7th, and the Mets are going to visit Fenway Park on July 26th. That's Tuesday Night Baseball with John Chiambi and Eduardo Perez. Wednesday Night Baseball also will belong to ESPN. We're going to debut Chris Berman and Dave Soup Campbell in the booth for Wednesday Night Baseball. They're going to kick off on the 30th of March with the Pirates at Cardinals. And then the following week, we've got Marlins at Tigers, Giancarlo Stanton versus Miguel Cabrera. August 24th, we've got the Mets at A's. August 31st, we've got the Bulls at Reds, Josh Gibson versus Johnny Bench. And then our final Wednesday night telecast of the year is going to be the Angels at Rockies. Let's see what we got here. Trying to find. Oh, Brewers. Okay, Brewers at Orioles, July 13th. That's Wednesday Night Baseball on ESPN with Chris Berman and Dave Soup Campbell. Now, I mentioned earlier that Xbox double headers are coming to the Utopian Baseball universe every Thursday. And we're going to kick off our Xbox streams again. I'm going to love this. Thursday, March 31st, our early game is going to be the Brewers at Rangers. And then we've got the Mets at Dodgers. That's going to be how we're kicking off our season. Some notable early games for the doubleheader. Our civil rights game will be April 28th. That's going to be the Pirates at the White Sox. Brewers at Mets, May 19th on Xbox, Thursday afternoon. And then Boston at San Diego, August 25th. Ted Williams returning to his hometown in San Diego. That should be a good one. Some notable late games in that Thursday doubleheader. A's at Pirates, April 21st. Reggie Jackson versus Willie Stargell. We've got the Expos at Nationals. Andre Dawson versus Juan Soto on June 2nd. And then the Nationals traveling to Anaheim. Bryce Harper versus Mike Trout, August 25th. And our final Xbox game of the year on Thursday nights will be the White Sox at the Reds. So a lot of Xbox games to look forward to on Thursdays in 2022. Friday nights are going to be a doubleheader. We're going to have ESPN with Matt Vasgersian and Jessica Mendoza. And then we're going to have we're calling it Late Night with the Utopian Baseball Universe. Our Xbox game is going to be at 11:30 Central every Friday night. So let's take a look at the ESPN slate. We're going to kick off on April Fool's Day with the Cardinals at Guardians. And then on April 29th, we've got the Tigers at White Sox. Ty Cobb versus Shoeless Joe Jackson. On June 17th, we've got the Nationals at Yankees. Bryce Harper versus Mickey Mantle. And then August 26th, Dodgers at Red Sox. Mookie Betts returns to Boston. And then to finish the season on ESPN Friday Night Baseball, we've got Mariners at A's. Some other notable games here. We've got the Brewers at the Angels on July 8th. And the Mets hosting the Yankees on September 16th. That's Friday Night Baseball with Matt Vasgersian and Jessica Mendoza. Late Night with the Utopian Baseball Universe with myself and Geeker Cruisin' will be joining me on some of those telecasts, hopefully all of them. That's going to be, again, late nights on Friday. It's going to be a different type of telecast. We're going to try to get both of us on camera reacting to a game we're playing against each other. We're going to kick that off on April 1st with the Giants at Red Sox. And then our season finale will be the Braves at Rays. Other notable games, Red Sox at Yankees, June 3rd, Ted Williams against Babe Ruth. July 1st, we've got the Giants at Cubs, Bonds versus Sosa. And then on September 2nd, we've got Mariners at Angels, Alex Rodriguez versus Shohei Ohtani. Mets are hosting the Phillies May 6th. Brewers at A's on April 15th, and the Brewers hosting the Cardinals on August 26th. That's late night with the Utopian Baseball Universe, with Geeker Cruisin' and myself, and we're going to try to get guests on as well. It's going to be a lot of fun on Friday nights. This year, we're doing an NBC doubleheader every Saturday. We've been doing one game a week with Vin Scully and Joe Garagiola at 3 o'clock. This year, we're going to debut Bob Costas and Tony Kubek. They're going to do our noon game, and then Vin and Joe will have our late game. We're going to kick off our season with a doubleheader, March 26th, Cubs at Bulls, and the Mets at Angels. That's going to be Jacob deGrom versus Shohei Ohtani to kick off our NBC slate. And then we're going to finish the season with Red Sox at Yankees and the Reds at Cubs on NBC. Here's some notable games for the early games that Costas and Kubek will call. Padres at Brewers on April 23rd. We've got Angels at Braves on May 28th. Mike Trout versus Henry Aaron. And then July 16th, Reds at Yankees. Johnny Bench versus Yogi Berra. Some notable late games on NBC. Mets at Cubs on May 28th. David Wright versus Ryan Sandberg. And our championship rematch will be on NBC. Braves and Reds from Cincinnati, August 27th. The Brewers will be visiting Yankee Stadium on May 21st. The Mets will host the Cardinals on July 2nd. And the Brewers will host the Cubs on August 6th on NBC. Returning this year to TBS on Saturday nights is Saturday Night Main Event with Brian Anderson and Ron Darling. We're going to kick off that slate on March 26th with Phillies at Diamondbacks. Robin Roberts versus Zach Greinke on March 26th. Our season finale for Saturday Night Main Event will be Guardians at White Sox on September 24th. We've got Brewers at White Sox on June 11th. That's going to feature Christian Yelich versus Oscar Charleston. And August 20th, Yankees at A's. Lou Gehrig versus Jimmy Fox. The Mets will host the Expos April 9th. And the, let's see, we've got Giants Padres on July 30th. So a ton of stuff on TBS on Saturday nights. Sunday morning will be our Xbox. We're going to return that tradition from last year. Sunday mornings with the Utopian Baseball Universe. It's going to be 9 a.m. every Sunday morning. We're going to kick off that slate with Red Sox at Rockies. And our season finale on September 18th will be our Roberto Clemente Day celebration, Tigers at Pirates on the 18th. We've got the Padres and Yankees April 3rd. Dave Winfield versus Joe DiMaggio. We've got Mets at Giants August 21st. Pete Alonso versus Willie McCovey. The Brewers will be hosting the White Sox on May 15th. The Mets at Phillies on June 5th. And the Brewers at Reds on August 14th. That's Sunday morning baseball. 9 a.m. every Sunday starting March 27th. And finally, ESPN Sunday Night Baseball with John Miller and Joe Morgan. We're going to debut on March 27th with Tigers at Cardinals. And then our final telecast will be September 18th, Twins at Brewers. On May 22nd, we'll have the Guardians at Orioles. Francisco Lindor versus Cal Ripken Jr. May 29th, Dodgers at Bulls. Roy Campanella versus Josh Gibson. And this will be a great one. July 24th, Yankees at Pirates. Babe Ruth versus Roberto Clemente. Red Sox hosting the Cubs July 17th. Mets and Phillies on July 31st. We've got Dodgers and Mariners early in the season. That is April 10th. So, wow, I did that all without breathing. Everything I talked about, plus so much more, is going to be uploaded before 3 o'clock today, between 3 and 4, I would say. Every series, every ESPN game, every Xbox game, you'll be able to see that today. But now, let's get to some big news. So, we've actually had an influx of new members in the last 12 hours. I actually posted to a bunch of groups last night. We're going to be welcoming some new members today. But if you're watching this for the first time, let me just explain exactly how this all works. This is the Utopian Baseball Universe. It's a fictional 32-team league. Each year I make a 156 game schedule. There's 4 divisions of 8, North, South, East, and West. I brought back the Montreal Expos. I basically promoted the Durham Bulls to a Utopian franchise. And then to build the rosters, I just took all the greats, all my favorites, many of today's superstars, and I put them on the team that they're most associated with. And then for the Expos and Bulls, I pulled players that, to try to make those rosters viable and competitive. Like Dwight Evans is not going to get at bats over Ted Williams or Carl Yastrzemski or Manny Ramirez. So Dwight Evans is a Durham Bull. Examples like that. The Yankees are so stacked. There's a lot of great Yankee legends and today's superstars that play for Durham or Montreal. Luke Voigt's a Montreal Expo. Zach Wheeler is a Montreal Expo. And then each roster has at least one Negro League Hall of Famer. The Guardians have 2. The Bulls have 2. And then this year we'll add Bud Fowler, who was inducted into the Hall of Fame yesterday. We're going to add him to a roster. And then how we simulate things is very, it's fun. It's very random. So the Colorado Rockies have the same chance of winning a championship as the Yankees do. Mathematically, the exact same chance. It's all random, but the way it works is every morning or the night before, a member of the universe is going to be asked to choose a date from history. So if you say, for example, June 1st, 1953, we take all the games from June 1st, 1953, and then we hit shuffle. And then we map those results into our schedule. And then we present those results as if they actually happened. We do a daily show. This is the Utopian Cafe. And then the cafe is more or less going to be a preview show. And then we do nightly recaps, written recaps, if you will. And we'll recap some games if there's day games and stuff like that. But so it's very random. But 5 games a week we simulate on Xbox using RBI Baseball. 1 game a month we simulate using a Board Ninjas Woodworking baseball dice game. And we'll be announcing those games later in the month. But it's just it's a fictional league. But we report the results as if it's actually happening. People have a lot of fun with it. We did this for 60 people last year. 2020, we did it for 60 people, very intimate group. And then last year, by the end of the season, we were at almost 1,200. We're going to go over 1,200 today for sure. So that's what it is. All of your favorites, all of the greats, a lot of today's superstars. If you've ever sat down and imagined what it would be like to have Sandy Koufax face Babe Ruth, you're going to get that on opening day. Sandy Koufax versus Babe Ruth on opening day. If you ever wondered what it would be like for Pete Rose to face a Walter Johnson, those matchups are here. It's a balanced schedule, so you play every team in your division 12 times. You play every other team 3 times every year. So every year, your favorite team is going to play against your favorite out-of-town player, and then they just go back and forth between the cities. So the Angels hosted the Brewers in 2020, and then the Angels came to Miller Park, and then now the Brewers go back to LA this year. So season 3 again kicks off on Friday, March 25th. I purposely left off some players each year so that we can continue to have these free agent splashes, and that's what we're going to get to right now. We have 4 players that are, I think, 3 of them are Hall of Famers. One of them is just a colorful character within baseball. They're all going to be making their Utopian debuts in 2022, and we're gonna unveil those right now. The first player we're going to unveil, let me take off my hat again. Never mind the bedhead or just the bad haircut. But so the first player we're going to introduce is Spaceman Bill Lee, one of the great characters in baseball history. If you've ever seen the Ken Burns documentary, he makes some great contributions to that. Spaceman Bill Lee spent his career with the Red Sox and the Expos, and he'll be joining the Utopian Baseball Universe in 2022. But who is he going to play for? Well, Bill Lee has come to terms, and he's going to join the bullpen of the Montreal Expos. So I know Red Sox fans are booing right now. The Red Sox have enough talent. Let's just be honest. They have, 120 years to pull from. The Expos obviously haven't even been around for almost 20 years. So Bill Lee bolters a bullpen that improved from 2020. Bill Lee's coming to the Utopian Baseball Universe as a member of the Montreal Expos. The next player that will feature, Early Wynn. Early Wynn, when the Sporting News did their top 100 players in 1999, he was actually number 100. Early Wynn is a Hall of Fame starting pitcher. He played most of his career, I believe, with the Senators. Now, let me just give me a second here. Forgive me for not knowing this by heart. Obviously, I've never seen Early Wynn play. But if we bring up his baseball reference page, Early Wynn pitched for the Senators in the 30s and 40s, 8 years with the Indians, 4 years with the White Sox, finished with the Indians, 300 wins, 244 losses, an ERA in the mid-threes, 2,300 strikeouts. So Early Wynn is going to make his debut with the Utopian Baseball Universe, and he's going to join a pretty good rotation, a postseason rotation. The rich get richer, as Early Wynn is going to join the Washington Nationals. Just makes sense. He pitched most of his career, at least half of it, it looks like, with the Senators. So Early Wynn joins the Nationals, and he'll be the third starter. So he'll actually pitch in that opening series. He'll go Sunday, March 27th. Early Wynn to the Nationals. Now, the 2 biggest names in our offseason, we've been touting this now for several months, actually. The first is Sadahara O. He is technically the home run king of baseball. He had, I want to say, well, let's just bring it up, 860 some odd homers in the Japanese leagues. 868 homers, 2,100 RBIs, hit 300, 2,700 hits. He made his debut in 1959. He retired in October of 1980. He played his entire career with the Yomiuri Giants, and then spent 5 seasons as a manager for the Giants, and then another 13 seasons managing the, we'll just say the Hawks, because I'm having trouble pronouncing this. This is an 11-time Japan Series champion as a player, 9-time MVP, Twice he won the Triple Crown in 73 and 74. Hit for the cycle in 63. His number one is retired. 868 homers, which is a world record. A Japanese record 1.079 OPS, and a Japanese record 2,170 RBIs. This is the greatest Japanese baseball player in history. And he's joining the Utopian baseball universe. He's going to join a team that actually made a splash at first base last year in the off season. So it looks like they're going to create one of the most dynamic, if not the most dynamic, platoons in the Utopian baseball universe. Now, I don't want that. I don't want the word platoon to downplay the signing because it's just going to be based on lefty righty. Nobody in the Utopian baseball universe plays every day. Not even Cal Ripken. Not even Lou Gehrig, because he's got Don Mattingly needing some at bats. But he's going to join a team that has a great right-handed option, and now they're going to bring in a left-handed option in Sadahara O, who is going to be joining the Miami Marlins. Sadahara O will platoon at first base with Mule Suttles, Negro League Hall of Famer, again, to create just an amazing first place platoon. And obviously, Jack McKeon will play the hot hand, but the fact that you're going to have O as an option to either play first base, come off the bench as a pinch hitter, be used in those late game situations. This is a fantastic signing for the Miami Marlins, who are one of 12 teams that haven't made the postseason yet in the Utopian baseball universe. So this is definitely an upgrade. And the Miami Marlins are getting, again, the greatest player in the history of Japanese baseball, Sadahara O, to the Miami Marlins. And our final signing, baseball fans, we say this name every day in our head. We think about it. There's an award named after him, the Cy Young Award. Yes, he was an actual pitcher. Cy Young won 511 games in the major leagues. That record will never be broken. It's impossible. The way pitchers are used today, pitch counts and, guys, a lot of pitchers, they're not even allowed to face hitters the third time through the lineup. So it's a record we're never going to see again. Cy Young has not been on a roster in the Utopian baseball universe. He's going to make his debut next year. Just like Early Win, he's going to be joining a playoff team. He's not even going to be pitching on opening day, because the guy pitching on opening day for his new team was the most valuable pitcher in the Utopian baseball universe last year, Hilton Smith. So if you've been following, you know by now that Cy Young is now a member of the Tampa Bay Rays. Cy Young will debut for the Tampa Bay Rays on Saturday, March 26th against the Guardians, against Satchel Paige. So on opening day, we're going to have Bob Feller versus Hilton Smith. And on Saturday, Satchel Paige versus Cy Young. Again, it doesn't get any bigger than that. Cy Young brings his talents to Tampa Bay. So that's all I have for you guys today. This is the start of the offseason. Again, 8 big signings today. Corey Hart and Don Monty to the Brewers. Pie Traynor and Paul Warner to the Pirates. Spaceman Bill Lee's an Expo. Early Win to the Nationals. Sadahara O to the Marlins. And Cy Young to Tampa Bay. We're out of time, but I'm hearing that the Mariners have come to terms with a Hall of Fame pitcher. We're going to announce that tomorrow. We're out of time. We'll see you tomorrow in the cafe at 5:30.